What's up, guys? My name is Justin with Into the Backcountry Guides, and today we're going to talk about how to backpack with your dog. And as you can see, I have two huskies here, and I've taken them on multiple hikes. And so, from my experience, there are some things that you need to be aware of before you take your own dog on the trail. So, the first thing, of course, you want to gather is gear, the appropriate gear for bringing your dog. And it starts with, of course, their backpack. So, you want to make sure you get a nice backpack. This one's from Roughwear. I know Mountain Hardwear makes versions and stuff, but you want to get a nice little backpack for them. Hopefully, they can be able to carry their own food and water and stuff. And then you want to get a pad for them to sleep on. I just cut down a Thermarest pad here, and this is kind of perfect size for my dogs that are about 60 or 70 pounds and stuff. And they don't need anything too elaborate for comfort and stuff. A foam pad is fine for them. So then a important thing is to have dog bowls for their food and water. And this again is a Roughwear one, and they're super light. They're a little small, but there's multiple versions out there of dog bowls that are easily packable and very light and stuff. So you want to make sure you have some of those. And then there's like safety things. You want to have a first aid kit. This one I got from REI, and this is a dog specific first aid kit, so I'd recommend to get that, and it has instructions on how to do first aid for your dog, so that's good to have. And then another thing is this emergency basically system to, if your dog breaks his leg or something like that, of course they can't just walk out now. So you strap this on, and you strap your dog to your back and stuff, and you can carry them to safety. And so this is an important thing to have, just so you're not stuck out there with your dog in a bad situation. So that's pretty much all the gear I take. And then of course I use Ziploc bags to carry their food and put it in their backpack and stuff. You can get little booties for them and stuff, but I have a heck of a time trying to put these on my dogs and stuff. So they have pretty calloused paws and stuff, so they end up being fine. So that's pretty much it for gear. So now that you have your gear, you need to make sure you pick the appropriate trail. And not all trails are good for dogs. If you have one that's extremely rocky, that's not a good trail for a dog. They can really hurt themselves, and then the high probability of breaking a leg, that's just not good scenarios. So you want to have one that's relatively flat and not a ton of rocks. And especially for their first hike, you want something easy, low miles too. And so you really want to, get on the internet and find hikes that are easy. There's tons of blogs out there, trail blogs, like mine, for instance. I always have in one of the trail facts if it's good for dogs or not. Also, YouTube videos, they kind of give you a visual. They take you along on their trail and stuff, so you can kind of gauge how these trails are, whether they're good for dogs and stuff. So yeah, once you've picked your trail out and stuff, now you want to prepare your dog for going on a hike and stuff. So in your research, are there creek crossings? Is there some limited amount of bouldering and stuff? Because your dog probably is more used to like little day hikes and also probably not used to stream crossings and stuff. So what you need to do is maybe find a place where there is a stream and stuff, and see if you can get your dog to cross it and stuff. And if you are having trouble, that's some training that you need to do. Get them used to crossing bodies of water. And then also there's also blowdowns of trees. Is your dog able to navigate them? Because sometimes if it's a huge tree that has fallen over, these are things that you're inevitably going to find on the trail and stuff, and your dog has to be used to navigating and being able to jump over them or whatever. Then when it comes to bouldering, sometimes I know Everest is a little skittish with boulders and stuff. Denali's kind of more aggressive with them and is fine. So you kind of have to find out what kind of personality your dog is. So another thing with training is also dogs are kind of like humans. They can't just do 20 miles. You need to have to work up to with mileage. I'm a perfect example of this, of doing it wrong. I took Denali on a trip, a 22-mile loop, and I thought he was going to be fine and everything. Evidently, it was too much for him, because at the end of the hike, he was limping and stuff a little bit. Fortunately, it wasn't anything too serious. He was just very sore, and it took about a couple days, and then he was fine and stuff. So I felt really bad and stuff. So I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. And so you really need to, take longer walks, take a lot of hikes in the woods, and build up your dog's tolerance with mileage and everything, and then your dog will be ready for the trail. So conditioning is a huge thing, and just preparing your dog overall for that. And then also when it comes to food, you need to really make sure that your dog has enough food. So whatever you feed him normally, or her, your dog, you need to make sure you increase that amount, because remember, they're burning a lot more calories and stuff. And so it's probably good to bring either a quarter cup to even a half a cup, depending on how much mileage you're doing, of additional food than what your dog's normally used to. And then it goes with water too. You need to constantly be stopping. If you're thirsty, your dog might be thirsty, and you just need to be very aware of how your dog is and make sure you're taking care of them. It's more important to take care of your dog than you having having fun on the trail, because your dog is your responsibility. And so sometimes it takes some sacrifice in order to make sure that they are healthy and having a good time themselves. And another thing I left out is desensitizing your dog to your tent. Some dogs can be very scared of the tent, and so it'd be good to set your tent up in the backyard and making sure that your dog is okay with sleeping in that tent and everything. So this kind of gives you a well-rounded basis to go backpacking with your dog. I guess the one thing is too, with age, is if your dog is a year or less, he probably should not be going backpacking. They need time to, get mature, have their bones get stronger and everything. So, yeah, I definitely recommend, especially for larger breeds, you might even have to wait 16 or like 14 months and stuff, something like that. So, especially if you're having a pack put on your dog and stuff, they have to wait a lot longer. I guess even if they have a pack, they probably even should be a year and a half, because that's some additional weight that they're putting on their body and stuff to be able to handle that. So yeah, with all that said, if you follow those kind of guidelines with your own dog, you should be set for backpacking So hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Take care, guys.